Welcome back to Perks Recap, back at it once again. We are hitting the Moody Blues, a complete album reaction. I believe this is our 6th album reaction to the Moody Blues. So we've done a few. I've enjoyed them all. I'm looking forward to this one as well. This one is Days of Future Past. Like the other ones, we will break it up into 3 parts, and I'll release them all at the same time so you can go right from one to the next. What's interesting here is this is a concept album, and it's one of the first examples of prog rock, according to Wikipedia here. It's very strange that the song titles all have subtitles with them. Like this first song is called The Day Begins. Then underneath it, bullet points, one says The Day Begins, and the next one is Morning Glory. And that happens quite a few times on this album where there's a song title and then subtitles underneath. And I know the subtitles are part of the original song because the first song is 5 minutes and 50 seconds long, and The Day Begins is 4:08, and Morning Glory is 1:42, and that's 5:50. So they make up the song The Day Begins. Very interesting, very different. Of course, Moody Blues kind of beat to their own drum, but I like that about them. So let's just dive right in. I'm ready. I'm excited for this one. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. Okay. What? It's very orchestral. The orchestra is pretty much all that's playing at this point. Apparently, it's the London Festival Orchestra, conducted by Peter Knight. I mean, I have no problem against. I have nothing against orchestral music at all. But this is heavy orchestra at this point, and so far we haven't really even heard the band yet. And they've used orchestra before, but maybe not to this degree. But who knows? Let's just keep going. It's not like I'm not liking it. Let's keep going.
Cold-hearted orb that rules the night, removes the colors from our sight. Red is gray and yellow white, but we decide which is right and which is an illusion.
This is very interesting.
Pinprick holes in a colorless sky, let insipid figures of light pass by. The mighty light of 10,000 suns challenges infinity and is soon gone. Nighttime to some, a brief interlude, to others the fear of solitude. Brave Helios, wake up your steeds, bring the warmth the countryside needs.
Wow. Okay, very, very interesting. That was an introduction to the album. Concept albums are different, and to be honest, I'm usually not a huge fan of concept albums. I think the bands sometimes go out of their way to stick with their concept that they're trying to do more than create great music. Like in my opinion, I don't know. I'm not obviously judging this album off of one song and the fact that it's a concept album, but that's just in the past. Concept albums I've never gravitated towards them, and they've never grasped me at all. Whatever concept they're trying to get to, but that was, to me, it was an introduction to the album. Obviously, this being a concept album, this album is meant to be taken in all at once and taken in as a whole, and that's just the case for a lot of the albums at this time anyway, but especially with a concept album. So let's continue going. By the way, that was Mike Pinder that we heard at the end there. This next song is called Dawn is Falling. Dawn is a Feeling is the name of it, and this one doesn't have any subtitles. That's just it. All right. Let's continue.
1,000 years if you wanted to. You look around you, things they astound you. So breathe in deep, you're not asleep, open your mind. You're here today, no future fears. This day will last 1,000 years if you wanted to.
Do you understand that all over this land there's a feeling in minds far and near, things are becoming clear with a meaning.
Now that you're knowing, pleasure starts flowing. It's true, life flies faster than eyes could ever see. You're here today, no future fears. This day will last 1,000 years if you wanted to.
Okay. I enjoyed that song. That wasn't bad. That was Pinder on... I'm sorry. Pinder wrote that one. Got the writing credit for it. And Justin Hayward was on there with Pinder on the vocals. The writing credits for the first song, The Day Begins, were Peter Knight, who's the conductor for the orchestra, and Graham Edge. All right. We're going to move on to number 3. This will be the end of part 1. This one is called The Morning, Another Morning, written by Ray Thomas and sung by Ray Thomas, which is a trend I noticed in the last album we did, where pretty much whoever writes it usually sings it. And they all can sing, and they're all pretty good. Although I think Justin is probably my favorite. I would have to say, Justin Hayward. But anyway, that last song, not bad. Not bad. I still think this album is building up, and it's really going to start kicking into high gear here eventually. All right, let's resume. Okay. I like the fact that this is called The Morning because it kind of feels like a morning kind of a song.
Balloons flying, children sighing, what a day to go kite flying. Breezy cool, away from school, cowboys fighting out at Yuletide. Seems to stand quite still in a child's world. sounds so inviting, and the bill, he gets a thrill, sitting, watching Bobby Quill. Time seems to stand quite still in a child's world. It always will. Yesterday's dreams are tomorrow's sights. Watch children play, they seem so wise.
Come on.
Mary Green, today's a queen, $1,000 are a dreaming. Cotton frocks and golden locks, a palace is an orange box. Time seems to stand quite still in a child's world. It always
Okay. Well, like I said, that song sounded like a song that was suited for the morning, the start of the day. People hustling and bustling around, and everybody's getting done what they need to get done and moving along. And that embodied that for me in that song. So that was the perfect title to that song. I gotta say, I am taken aback by this album so far. We're gonna end part one here. Let's get to a close. I'll have my final thoughts on this part, and let's get ready for part two. There you have it. Okay, God's honest truth. So far, not my cup of tea. I'll say it. I like the other Moody Blues albums a lot more than this one. Well, not a lot more than this one. I'm obviously going to listen to the whole thing, and I'm not going to give a final reaction to this so far. The prog rock aspect of it, I don't consider prog rock. That's not a right description to me. Every prog rock I've heard doesn't sound like rock at all to me. You know, or rock to me, hard rock, rock and roll, hard rock, guitars, heavy guitars, guitar solos, that's rock. That's rock and roll. No prog rock that I've listened to sounds like that at all. This I would not describe as rock at all in any aspect. This is not rock at all. But it's different for sure, and I'm not souring on it. I'm obviously going to continue on with the whole thing. There's a lot of orchestra right now. I guess the main aspect of this that I'm trying to get at is I just wasn't ready for this. I didn't know what to expect, and what I got was not anything what I thought it was going to be. So maybe that's part of it. I'm gonna, I have an open mind. Obviously, I listen to everything. I'm excited to keep going. I know this is an important album. A lot of people mentioned it. So I'm assuming I'm going to start liking it more and more. And this could be one of those deals where when I listen to it again, when I listen back to it, and because I listen to most of my stuff afterwards once again to make sure my takes were correct. Maybe it's one of those things that grows on you the more you listen to it, But anyway, I'm ready for part 2. Hopefully you are too. Real quick, if you want to donate to the channel, information for Venmo and PayPal is in the description below. It's also at the end of this video. Or hit the thanks button on YouTube. That's another way you could donate. And if you donate, I'll react to anything you want me to. And Sam, he suggested this. He donated to the channel. I want to thank him once again for the donation. He's donated for all the Moody Blues album reactions. So I really, really appreciate Sam. He helps me out quite a bit. But I'm ready for part 2. Hopefully you are too. Let's dive right over into part 2. And until then, I will see you later.